Welcome to a new update, and today we're going to watch the top 3 altcoins that I'll be looking at to trade in the coming month, especially since the markets have been going downhill so fast. It's giving you a guarantee opportunity to look for investment. So that's what we're going to discuss, the top 3 altcoins for December. But before we continue, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We are back on YouTube with content, and slowly we are gaining back with the content overall. Also, as you have been seeing, I've not been online too much because I've got some health issues, which we will be focusing on. But we are also going to be launching a portfolio tomorrow, 2 portfolios, which is the trading portfolio and the swing trading portfolio. There's still a chance for you to join the group for 40% discount if you join through the Black Friday deal. Today is the last day, so make sure that you hit it. And then you can actually copy trade me and the team with the trades that we do. Also, if you join Bybit and you are joining through our affiliate link, you are going to get 1 month for free in our premium platform. And you'll also be able to, if you deposit more than $1,000 and make 1 future trade, you're going to get $100 for free. So make sure to check that out as well. So when we're looking at the markets, we can definitely conclude that the markets have been going terribly in the past few weeks. The markets in terms of volume have been going downhill as well. And therefore it's time to start looking into investments, because right now the period is comparable to the period that we have been witnessing in Q4 of 2018, in which you generally also didn't really want to get into a period of time where you want to be in the markets, you want to get into the positions, you want to build those, especially since most of the people are not feeling the enthusiasm anymore for crypto. Most have left, and especially since the FTX collapse, it's time to start looking into those investments. But that's the reason, the FTX collapse is the reason why most of the people have been leaving the markets. Especially if you look at the first coin, which is Chainlink. It has been going sideways for 7 months already. So we know that crypto is usually very volatile and gives you a ton of opportunities, but we are in the stage where the markets are actually not bringing the most volume at this point. It's the boring stage, which is comparable to the period that we have also been witnessing in 2019, before a sudden run has been taking place across markets on the altcoins. And you can see that even though there was a bear market, Chainlink did a 10x during that period as well. So let's look at the potential opportunities that we have. And I think that right now the horizon is going to increase of potential relief rallies across the markets. And then once we are looking at the charts, we can say that Chainlink, for instance, is currently still hovering within this range. Chainlink is also going to announce staking, which is going to induce a lot more interest into the project itself, and therefore it's Chainlink and oracles in itself are the ones to look at. So also DIA and TRB and Band are most likely going to have some volume kicking in. Looking at the daily time frame, it has not been printing a new low, so that's actually technically a strong reason to continue following the actual asset. It's down it is up 35% from the low. And we are currently facing the mid-range of this entire chart, in which we are also looking at crucial resistance zone. So we have to look at the 4-hour time frame, in which we have been getting this correction and bounced back up. So we are taking the high here after we have been taking the lows. Technically speaking, you clearly don't want to see it drop all the way beneath $6.80, but once it starts to hold here, it's a reasonable thought that we're going to look at 8.5 to 9.5 as the next resistance zones, and that we can start seeing the continuation towards the breakout above this range high, and then we are looking at $15 potentially even as a runner of Chainlink. When we're looking at Chainlink against Bitcoin, we can also conclude that we're seeing strength here. So we have been marking a few crucial levels to look at, in which the level at 3500 sats was one to watch. We did hold there. Now we're just consolidating and waiting for the breakout of this high, and then we start expanding, because it's going to take out this high, and there's nothing in between all the way towards 6,000 sats, which is going to bring another 30% of the markets up to Chainlink, which will mean that it's going to $10. And if Bitcoin is also going to bring some more, Chainlink can run towards 12.5 to $15. The second one you should be looking at is the one that's called Binance Coin, which is one of the strongest. I had marked down the level at 250 as a support zone. We got there, we bounced nicely, and now we are actually holding support level again. I think that once Binance is going to crack through the level at 325, it's going to give another push towards the highs, and then we're going to have a runner towards 380 and potentially even the highs around 4,500. All right. So in that case, looking at lower time frames, you should be targeting a few entry points. So first of all, if we got to get this runner towards 312 and we hold at 300 again, that is going to be a trigger where you should be looking at a long like this, in which the invalidation is beneath the low, and you can start targeting the level at 380, making it a very optimal trade. If there's going to be a heavier correction, you will be looking at the level around 265, but given the current market conditions, you generally don't want to see that happen too much. You want to see an expansion to the upside, so I think that you should be looking at an entry around $300. But Binance Coin is definitely one to watch with the current market conditions, and it's showing strength a lot recently, and therefore you should be focusing on this one. And then you also have another one, which is Matic, which usually does well as well when Binance Coin does well. So in that case, I'd be focusing on Matic myself too, in which we have been testing the range low. We have been getting into this block for support and got filled. So the actual first long has been triggered, and when you're looking at the first long, you're looking at a trade as we have here, in which you target a level around $1.05, making it a pretty optimal RR. You can still look for this trade and target it a bit higher, but then you should also be looking at a support or a stop loss that's going to be tighter to avoid a breakdown. So in that case, you're looking at $1.05 again, especially since once we are breaking these highs, it's going to accelerate towards this region here, and then you can start looking at a serious runner of approximately 35% of Matic, and then the entire market is going to show a ton of strength, and through that there's a ton of opportunities. So I'm looking at those. And there's also some other coins that you could be looking at. Curve, for instance, is finally bouncing from a crucial level. It has been going downhill a lot, but it's opening the path right now for upside potential. And the case is that we have been sweeping the low, creating bullish divergences all across the markets, which is going to result into continuation. For instance, Phantom has been sweeping the low as well. If it is able to make that higher low here, it's going to give you a swing trigger in which you're looking at a play like this and targeting the range high. So there's a ton of opportunities, and I think that once you're focusing on a few, of which Chainlink is definitely one you should be watching, you will be fine for December. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be back tomorrow with a fresh new update, and I'll see you again as well in our group if you use the Black Friday deal. Ciao!